On behalf of Greater Memphis Chamber, we will highlight people and companies who offer a forward-lean approach to the growth of our great city. We will share a closer look at what makes Memphis attractive for economic growth, innovation, and expansion, as well as talent, retention, tourism, education, good health, and great business. Welcome to Memphians on the Move. I'm your host, Stephanie White. In response to the resounding voices of job seekers and employers expressing the need to bridge the gap between talent and opportunities, the Greater Memphis Chamber is hosting Upskill901, a summit convening regional stockholders from the workforce ecosystem to help establish a path forward to Memphis's workforce future. Joining me today is Ernest Strickland, Senior VP of Workforce Development at Greater Memphis Chamber. Ernest, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
It's so good to have you. So now, Ernest, you're leading the charge of the Summit Initiative. Give us an overview of the Upskill901 vision.
So let me take you back briefly.
Okay.
We were looking at what can we do to prepare Memphis for the 21st century jobs, the new collar jobs. How do we want to position ourselves as a community? And so in the ideal phase, we start thinking we need to convene people first and get everyone on the same page. Similar to what happened in the 80s when Lamar Alexander and other community leaders got together and created the Jobs Conference. At that point, we were deemed America's distribution capital, and all activities start working from that need and that stated goal. So Upskill901, how do we future-proof our workforce today? What can we do to get Memphians in the right position in order to be successful? That was kind of the idea behind this summit as a whole.
Over and over, we've heard President Beverly Robertson speak about the summit being 2 days. Can you share what will be in day one, what that will consist of?
So day one really is the time where stakeholders will come together. It's the time for us to align our systems. The way that we're going to do that is by bringing everyone in the room, from elected officials to entrepreneurs to you name it, the faith-based community, employers. They'll all convene on that one day and have a kickoff conversation with our keynote speaker, who is a senior fellows at Brookings. His name is Mark Mulroy. He's going to come in and talk to us about automation, digitalization, and what the future of work looks like. We're also having a commission of research done by a group called Burning Glass out of Boston. They will give an executive summary of what that research finding, is. And from there, we'll go into a various series of breakout sessions. So day one is all about stakeholders, again, elected officials, community-based organizations, employers, will all come together for that one day to really have a safe place to have an honest and open conversation.
More with Senior VP of Workforce Development, Ernest Strickland, on what can be expected on day 2 of Upskill901 Workforce Summit after these messages.
Our goal is to help Memphis grow. We give member businesses the support they need to reach their full potential. We work with site selectors and relocating companies to demonstrate the advantages of doing business in Memphis. We advocate with local, state, and federal governments on behalf of our members, and we pursue investment opportunities that enrich our communities. We also partner with educational and vocational programs to provide a skilled workforce. Plus, we support initiatives that help make Memphis a great place to live. Join your Greater Memphis Chamber today.
Hello, welcome to Christ Community.
I immediately felt something different. You know, it's loving care because loving is living up to their name. It's complete care with medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy right in my community. Loving care for your body, mind, and spirit. Call 901-842-3160 or log on to christcommunityhealth.org for an appointment. Christ Community Health Services. Healing with soul.
Good afternoon, future Shalukis. On behalf of Southwest,
I chose Southwest to find my path,
to train for my career,
to achieve my dreams. Put him on a non-rebreather of 15 liters a minute.
To transform my life.
Southwest is your best choice. Enroll today.
Ernest, before the break, we walked through day one of the summit. Now, what can you share with us about day two of Upskill 901?
So day two is all about the job seekers. People that are in our community that may be underemployed, unemployed, just unsure about how to progress in a career. That's the place for them. October the 30th at the Pipkin building, we're going to open the doors, and we're expecting thousands of Memphians to come in and see the host of employers that will have jobs on display, as well as a number of service providers. So day two is all about the job seekers.
Okay, so what can these job seekers or candidates expect as far as who the employers will be on site and what opportunities they'll be able to share?
We're excited to have companies such as Nike, FedEx, Bank of America, Kruger Products, TVA, a host of organizations that have a number of jobs, various positions available, companies that you and I call, household names.
All right. Well, let's talk about a few of the service providers that will be on site. What role will they play and what areas will they be working in?
So we understand that not everyone will come prepared to go to work. Nevertheless, people are in a position where they can look to go to the next level. That next level could be a training opportunity for them to increase their skills to become more marketable. That next level could be, expunging their background so that they no longer have that barrier to employment. And so we partner with several service providers to do just that. We'll have we'll have individuals there that represent the criminal court clerk that can help individuals overcome driver's license issues, expungement issues. We'll have the Workforce Investment Network and the American Job Center there to help people get enrolled for resources that could lead to removing barriers and ultimately a living wage opportunity. Okay.
Now, I understand that there will be some individual enhancement opportunities. Can you speak to that a little more?
So once again, we're casting a wide net. We know that, for instance, there may be someone who has not had an opportunity to build a resume. So we'll have resume assistants there. An individual that may not have had an opportunity to go and get their hair cut. We have barbers that will be there. And we're also partnering with organizations such as Dress for Success to help people know how to position and present themselves to have the most favorable outcome.
Okay, so Ernest, tell me, up to this point, what has been the pulse in terms of community response to this massive undertaking?
So far, everyone that we speak to about this have really been supportive and in agreement that in order for us to be successful, we all have to work together. We all have to align our systems and our efforts and optimize our activities. So we've gotten excellent responses from the community.
Okay. So how is the faith-based community, you mentioned this earlier, responding to the launch of Upskill 901 now that they know that it's going to be an annual event?
I've been most pleased with the response from the faith-based community. Oftentimes we do things in silos. Well, we have over 50 churches, for instance. They've come together and they've said, look, what can we do? How can we make sure that the job seekers come prepared? They're going to have a set of outreach to individuals in their communities, within their churches, helping engage them in an orientation to help them understand how to present themselves to yield the best possible outcome. They're going to walk them through prep courses on how to speak, how to carry yourself, the confidence that you need to bring to the table. And we're really happy that they've embraced this activity and that they have organized as faith-based organizations. Their commitment to us was we're going to bring at least 300 people that have been through a prep course that can be ready to roll on October the 30th.
Okay, so how can our viewers learn more about how to get registered for Upskill 901's Workforce Summit?
So we've created a landing page, www.upskill901.com. Any viewer can go there and see the menu of opportunities, both day 1 and day 2, and with the simple click of a button, they can be signed up.
Ernest Strickland, Senior VP of Workforce Development at Greater Memphis Chamber, thank you so much for sharing this overview. And now a message from Epicenter, the hub of entrepreneurship.
Today is my grand opening. Just the start of a new beginning for Big Mamas and Grannies. Big Mamas and Grannies is actually my big mama and my granny. Everything that they instilled in me, I want to give to others. We specialize in Southern soul to American tradition with a Cajun and Creole twist.
You have to eat the food.
That chicken salad is remarkable.
The macaroni and cheese is literally the best thing you've ever put into your mouth.
My favorite food is macaroni and cheese.
Tanaka represents where passion and perseverance meets resources. Memphis has tons of talented people with gifts. They just don't have the resources to fund those gifts. So I think Tanaka's story represents what Memphis can be.
Pathway Lending is one of those organizations that provide the necessary financing to women-owned businesses and black-owned businesses, even veterans as well. We're in a place that we can provide financing necessary to grow a community from within.
Pathway is a really important partner because they're nationally recognized experts in the distribution of capital to emerging businesses. Together, we solve a very significant challenge for entrepreneurs in Memphis.
Everything that you see in here today, the funding from Pathway Lending allowed me to do that. This has really allowed my vision and my dreams to really come true. A lot of times because you're a woman, you're seen unable to do. So I've always had that determination of nothing can stop me. I'm gonna keep pushing. I wish that everybody in the city of Memphis knew about Epicenter and Pathway Lending. If I'd never gotten a phone call from Epicenter, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't.
With high stakes in upskilling over 10,000 plus Memphians over the next 3 years, is Chamber member company Bank of America. Joining me now is Trevia Chapman, SVP and Memphis Market Manager at Bank of America. Trevia, welcome so much to Memphians on the Move.
Thank you so much for having me, Stephanie.
All right, so let's start with telling the viewers about the overall Bank of America Corporation workplace diversity and inclusion strategy.
Absolutely. At Bank of America, we are intentional about supporting the physical, emotional, and financial needs of our employees. So we have a couple of things that help us to support them in doing so. We're excited to say that for all of our associates that make less than $50,000 a year, we have the opportunity to go in and cut 50% of the premium for their family insurance policies. And also, we have made the commitment to pay all of our associates a livable wage. So beginning in 2019, this year, all of our associates are now at $17 an hour with a goal of $20 an hour by year 2021.
Now, the Bank of America Corporation as a whole is actively involved with multiple initiatives. Among those efforts are workforce and financial education. Can you share the company's philanthropic strategy in regards to workforce?
Absolutely. So we are very, again, intentional about workforce development in the communities that we serve. Through our philanthropic strategies, we have grant funding that go towards organizations that seek to support those that are looking for jobs. So we have three-pronged approach where it has to deal with youth workforce and those that are re-entering society, whether they have been imprisoned prior, as well as organizations that are focused on helping individuals to develop soft skills, interview skills, as well as other skills that will help them thrive in their workforce.
Okay, a 2019 Bloomberg study revealed that Bank of America Corporation had set a goal in terms of putting communities to work. So what can you share about those goals?
Absolutely. So part of that strategy is a program called Pathways. So we have partnered with nonprofit organizations across the country that will help us to employ individuals in our low to moderate income neighborhoods. So with that being said, we have individuals that will partner with these nonprofit organizations that will help them with soft skills, that will also help them with workforce and overall employment skills so that they're ready to go to work. The beauty of this is that it's helping those individuals in the communities that we serve. So it's not necessarily trying to recruit from other places, it's folks that's right at home and what are we doing to help them work? And so within that, those associates are partnered with our consumer bank as well as our small business bank with a goal of 10,000 by year 2023.
We'll talk more with Travia Chapman about Bank of America's local engagement after the break. Stay with us for more of Memphians on the Move.
The Greater Memphis Medical Device Council. We were formed with the mission of creating a pipeline of sustainable employees for the industry as a whole. One of the big challenges that the medical device industry has in terms of being able to grow and sustain itself is skilled employees, machinists, metal finishers, inspectors, packagers, all of those essentially hourly employee type positions that are the engine that make those companies run. There are more than 40 medical device companies that are in the orthopedic and spinal implant and instrument business here in the greater Memphis area. Those companies employ more than 6,500 people directly. And those careers that the medical device manufacturers are looking for are people that will actually do the machining of the raw materials to create the implants, people who will do the metal finishing to put the right surface finish on those implants so that they can be ready to go into the human body, people that do the inspection to make sure that the products meet the specifications in terms of the dimensions and the finish and the level of cleanliness of the products. And then also the people that do the packaging, which is a very specific job. It's not just putting something into a box, there's a lot more that goes into that. In the end, there is a great sense of satisfaction about being able to do a very specific job correctly all day long and knowing that you're playing a role in helping to put somebody's life back together, because essentially in orthopedic surgery, that's what that does. It gets people that have been in wheelchairs back up walking again, or gets people that have been in tremendous accidents out of the hospital bed up and walking in essentially a few days. And to know that you're a part of that is very rewarding. Yes, the jobs are available. There are positions that are open. The opportunity is there. The market is growing, and there are additional companies coming into the Memphis area, and they need skilled employees. Memphis has the second largest concentration of medical device companies in the United States. We want that to continue to grow. And a lot of those companies have employees that have been there for a long time because they were great places to work. Get into these companies because you'll have a career that will last for a long time, and it will take care of you and your family. And at the end, you'll know you're doing something to help somebody else. At the same time, you're earning a paycheck. I would advise everybody to give the medical device career a good look because there's multiple opportunities for ways to contribute.
Welcome back to Memphians on the Move. I am joined by Bank of America SVP and Memphis Market Manager, Travia Chapman. Before the break, we were discussing the corporation's impact. Now, what are some of the goals of engagement on the local level here in Memphis?
So we have the opportunity to invest in the local community through our philanthropic strategy, as well as through volunteerism. And I'll give you a couple. So through our economic mobility strategy, as we discussed, we talked about how we are connecting individuals with workforce opportunities. The other side of that is how we also helping nonprofit organizations that are providing wraparound services to help people prepare for work. We understand that economic development is important, and we also understand that poverty is an issue that we have here locally. And there are so many different ways to help, and the pillars and the building blocks to help people move out of poverty. So we support organizations that offer those wraparound services, such as meeting basic needs, helping people to have food on their table, have roofs over their head, with organizations that we've worked with over the past few years, such as the Women's Foundation for a Greater Memphis, Advance Memphis, and most recently the Employ Summer Youth Experience through Mayor Strickland, where we have the opportunity to help young people prepare for work as well.
Okay, so with that, how many employees does your Bank of America Memphis location support?
We have 170 employees here locally.
Okay. Now, what areas of work do they operate?
We have 8 lines of business within Bank of America. And so here locally, we have our consumer bank, which is our financial centers, or what people may know as branches. We have 12 local financial centers here, as well as our Merrill team, which is our financial advisors that help to support our wealth management needs of our community. We have small business banking, commercial banking, as well as traditional business banking for those higher tier companies, and trust services.
All right, so with that, are there any positions within Bank of America that would surprise us as unusual?
So what a lot of people may not understand, and I wouldn't necessarily say that it's unusual as much as it's very relevant to today's time. So through our technology department, we have individuals that are working tirelessly on implementing artificial intelligence for the banking needs of the future.
Okay, very interesting. Now, Trevia, Bank of America has partnered with Greater Memphis Chamber for its Upskill901 Workforce Summit that takes place later in this month. What compelled Bank of America to join forces for this task?
So again, we understand the importance of workforce development. It's part of our strategy at the local level as well as at our national level, the importance of economic mobility in the communities that we serve. And we understand that the Chamber is dedicated to putting people to work. So we found that it was just a perfect marriage between the two. How can Bank of America as a Chamber member work with the Chamber to make sure that this is a successful event?
Okay, so with this being a 2-day summit, what role will Bank of America play on day one that's designed for HR directors and those in leadership roles?
Absolutely. So we have the opportunity to tap Mark Murrow from the Brookings Institute, who will serve as a thought leader during the panel discussion for that first day. So he's going to introduce some exciting nuggets about the future of workforce that I won't talk about here because that will inspire more people to make sure that they participate and attend the summit.
Okay, well, we won't pry with that one, but can you address any gaps that need to be filled by Bank of America here in Memphis with your corporate goal of 10,000 by 2023?
Absolutely. So we have a couple of open opportunities here. We are proud to say that we do have low turnover locally, but because of upward movement internally, we have some positions that are available in our consumer bank as well as on our consumer lending side on the mortgage department.
Okay, so what can you share about the minimal qualifications for these jobs?
So each position is definitely unique, and it has different skill sets, different experience, and some also require licensing. So that would just let all candidates know the best way to really understand what the needs are for those positions is to check us out on the website.
Okay, so where can our viewers learn more about available careers and opportunities at Bank of America? You mentioned the website. Is there another place where they can get information?
The website is definitely going to be the best place, which is at www.bankofamerica.com, and they will select careers. And it is such an amazing website where you have the opportunity to select the field that you're looking to work in, as well as drill down to some of the places that you may even want to stay. But we're not going to talk about that. We want to look at those places that are here locally in Memphis.
All right. When we come back, we'll speak further about Bank of America's involvement with the Upskill901 Career Fair on day 2 of the Workforce Summit after a message from the desk of Greater Memphis Chamber President Beverly Robertson.
In response to the resounding voices of both job seekers and employers and the expressed need to bridge the gap between talent and opportunities, the Greater Memphis Chamber will convene regional stakeholders from the workforce ecosystem with a major workforce summit entitled Upskill901. with goals of upskilling 10,000 individuals with technical and essential skills and exposing them to high-demand careers and direct employment opportunities. We will do this over a 12 to 36-month period. We're hosting this two-day summit, which will include breakfast and lunch, keynote addresses from experts, breakout sessions, and CEO roundtables on day 1, and a preparation meets opportunity career fair on day 2. Here, attendees will be provided multiple resources from on-site registration for programs to employer screenings for open positions. For more information on Upskill901, the Workforce Summit, visit memphischamber.com.
Secure your future in the hottest careers with a certificate or degree from Southwest. A business degree can open doors to a wide range of opportunities. Engineering and information technicians are in demand to help power manufacturing and logistics. From the kitchen to the cafe, culinary careers are sizzling. And paralegal studies majors are in demand. A wide range of programs for the most in-demand careers are just another reason Southwest Tennessee Community College is your best choice.
We're back with a few final notes from Trevia Chapman, SVP and Memphis Market Manager at Bank of America. Now, Trevia, you have shared with us a lot. Can you tell our viewers what participants can expect on day 2 of the summit, where preparation meets opportunity?
So we're excited to be one of the table vendors at the Workforce Summit, and we have our 2 consumer leaders that will be there to lead that table, where they have the opportunity to talk to potential candidates about the open opportunities that we have at Bank of America here locally.
Okay, so as participants are coming, is there going to be any type of documentation that they need to bring specifically in order to present?
Absolutely not. What we want candidates to do that are interested in working with us is just to show up. Have the conversation with us so we can talk to them about the amazing opportunities that we have at Bank of America, and then they have the opportunity to go out to the website to really think through what position best fits them.
All right, Trevia Chapman, thank you so much for spending time with us. Day 1 of the Upskill901 Workforce Summit is October 22nd. This day will consist of employers, workforce training and service providers, community organizations, and faith-based organizations with a vested interest in accelerating and upskilling the local workforce to help improve the lives of Memphians. Day 2 is the career fair, which will consist of more than 60 companies participating with opportunities or services that can help connect workers to employment pathways, jobs, or specialized training or services. And of course, individuals looking for employment, training opportunities, or services to help improve job readiness in the Upskill901 Workforce Summit. We'll see you next time on Greater Memphis Chamber Presents Memphians on the Move. I'm your host, Stephanie White. Thanks for watching.